In this video I'm going to show you how to build a solid birdhouse. One that the Dutch would approve of. Welcome to Nature Yard Life. Dutch houses have unique front roof facades that give each building individual character. There are a lot to choose from, so I'll create one that combines several aspects from different examples. This sketch will only be a guide for this project. I may have to adjust and modify certain features when I have the final pieces cut. I'm starting with a piece of 2x8x6. I specifically selected this particular board for its small live edge strip along one side. I plan on using this feature for some of the door and window trim later on. Now I'm going to further cut these pieces down while at the same time remove the live edge to save for later. These first few pieces make up the front, back, walls, and base. Here is the backboard that will frame the roof. The angle of the roof will be 35 degrees, so I'll adjust the table saw blade accordingly. And now for the front design. I'll use the backboard as a reference so I know how high the front facade features need to be. Next, I'll sketch them with pencil and then cut them out using the jigsaw. To round over the edges, I'll use the router. Now to assembly. I'll be using brad nails and outdoor wood glue to put most of this together. First is the back wall and one side wall. This is followed by the floor. Next are the roof panels. I've got a piece of drip edge lying around that I'm going to use to cover the apex of the roof. This will ensure no rain gets in. I just need to cut out the piece I want, trim it down to size, and secure it using 4 little screws. Attaching the front panel is next. This remaining side wall will be installed with screws at the top, which will allow it to open out to the side. This access is necessary, as birdhouses should be cleaned out at the end of each nesting season to prevent diseases, bacteria, parasites, and mold from forming. This little piece of scrap will work nicely as a latch on the opening panel. To cut open a hole entrance for the birds, I'll be using a hole saw. The size of the hole you cut is important. It will determine which birds choose to use the birdhouse, so know ahead of time the type of bird you would like to attract to your birdhouse and cut the entrance accordingly. I'll leave a list of some of the common entrance hole sizes in the description below. I'm hoping for some chickadees to take up residency in this house, so I'm using a 1 1/8 inch diameter saw. If for any reason you decide you want to change the size of the entrance hole, you can simply add an extra piece of wood over the existing hole and cut a new hole with the new size. Simply secure it to the front using screws or nails. Here are those live edges I saved from earlier. I will cut these down and arrange them into some nice features for the door and windows. Take your time here and lay out everything before you start gluing. It goes without saying, it's easier to rearrange pieces when they are not glued down already. A beautiful feature of most older Dutch houses is an external winch or pulley system set up at the top of the front facade. Because these houses are so narrow, large items that needed to be brought in or taken out would simply be lifted outside using the pulley and then transferred through the windows. This method is still used today and proves very efficient indeed. Finally, I'll add a little dowel just below the bird entrance. Some sanding to clean the project up, and the birdhouse is ready for tenants. Well folks, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it informative. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.